Gunther leaving Raw? WWE teases Gunther move. Gunther to SmackDown? Raw could lose Gunther. WWE's big Gunther plan. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. What if everything we've been watching on Raw these past few weeks has secretly been a goodbye tour for WWE's most dangerous champion? And what if the reason Gunther suddenly feels different lately has nothing to do with the title, the matches, or even Raw itself? Because something strange is happening. Fans are noticing it. Commentary keeps teasing it. Backstage rumors are getting louder. And now people are seriously asking a question that sounded impossible just a month ago. Is Gunther actually leaving Raw for SmackDown? Yeah. Read that again.
The same Gunther who walked into Raw like a final boss from a video game nobody was ready to beat. The same guy who turned every chop into a crime scene investigation. The same man who made half the roster look like they accidentally wandered into the wrong locker room.
That guy. And honestly, the timing is weird. Really weird.
Because if you've been paying attention closely, WWE has been dropping tiny clues everywhere.
Not huge obvious clues. No flashing neon signs. More like those little details you only notice after someone points them out, and then suddenly you can't unsee them.
It started with the contract talk. 1 minute, Gunther seemed completely untouchable on Raw.
Business as usual. Dominant champion energy. Destroying opponents. Looking disgusted by human weakness as always. Typical Tuesday for him. Then suddenly, WWE starts mentioning SmackDown. Not once. Not casually. Repeatedly. And every single time it came up, fans online reacted the exact same way. Wait, why are they even bringing this up? That's the dangerous part about wrestling fans. We notice patterns. Sometimes too much. Sometimes we connect dots that aren't even real. We've all become conspiracy theorists because of wrestling. One camera angle changes and suddenly Reddit thinks a heel turn is happening at WrestleMania.
But this situation feels different.
Because Gunther himself hasn't exactly shut the rumors down. And that silence? That's making people nervous. You can feel it in the fan reactions right now. Raw fans don't want to lose him. SmackDown fans suddenly want him immediately.
And somewhere in the middle, WWE is sitting there smiling like they know exactly what kind of chaos they're creating.
Classic WWE. Stir the pot and walk away dramatically.
But here's where things get really interesting.
A move to SmackDown wouldn't just be a random roster switch. No. This changes everything. Think about the current landscape for a second.
Raw already feels built around Gunther's presence. His matches carry this heavyweight atmosphere where every punch feels important.
The guy doesn't wrestle like everyone else. He wrestles like he's trying to restore honor to violence itself. Seriously, half his matches feel less like sports entertainment and more like medieval punishment. Somewhere a knight from the 1400s is watching proudly. But SmackDown? That's a completely different battlefield. Different rivals. Different politics. Different power structure. And more importantly, different bloodlines.
Imagine Gunther standing face to face with Roman Reigns again under the SmackDown banner. That alone is enough to make fans lose their minds.
Because WWE knows exactly how much unfinished tension still exists there.
Every stare down they've had felt massive.
Not rushed. Not forced. Just two monsters silently calculating whether the ring could physically survive them fighting each other. And if Gunther goes to SmackDown?
Suddenly those possibilities become very real again.
But hold on. It gets deeper than that. A lot of fans think this move could actually be connected to WWE's bigger long-term plans heading into the next major premium live events.
Notice how carefully WWE has protected Gunther lately.
Even in moments where he looks vulnerable, he never looks weak. That's important. WWE protects people they see as future centerpieces. And Gunther absolutely feels like someone they're positioning for something enormous.
Maybe bigger than Raw itself. Maybe bigger than the World Heavyweight Championship.
Maybe undisputed bigger. And honestly, if WWE really wants to make SmackDown feel even more dangerous, adding Gunther would instantly do it. Because let's be real for a second. Nobody walks into a feud with Gunther looking cooler afterward unless they survive absolute war first.
The man turns matches into survival documentaries. Opponents leave looking like they fought a bear inside a steel factory.
And the scary part? Gunther enjoys it. That calm expression he has during matches is terrifying. Most wrestlers yell. They flex. They hype themselves up.
Gunther just stares at people like he already knows how the story ends.
That's cinema right there.
And fans are starting to think WWE knows they've created something special enough to move brands entirely.
But there's another clue people keep bringing up, and this one's hard to ignore.
The commentary teams. Listen carefully to how they talk about Gunther lately.
There's this strange future uncertainty vibe in their wording. Like they're subtly preparing audiences for change without officially announcing anything. WWE commentators love doing this.
They'll casually say something suspicious and pretend it means nothing.
Meanwhile, fans at home are pausing clips like FBI investigators. Wait, did Michael Cole just hint at a transfer? Why did they mention contract negotiations again? Why does this suddenly feel important? Because it probably is. And honestly, if Gunther does leave Raw, the ripple effect would be massive. Who replaces him as the show's dominant force? Who steps into that aura? That's the thing people underestimate about Gunther. It's not just wins and losses. It's presence. When his music hits, the atmosphere changes immediately. The crowd reaction changes. The tension changes. Even the camera work changes. WWE films Gunther like a horror movie villain sometimes. Slow shots. Intense close-ups. Opponents looking nervous before the bell even rings. You can't replace that easily.
Raw losing him would feel huge.
But SmackDown gaining him? Oh man. That's another level entirely.
Especially when you look at the potential dream matches waiting there.
Roman Reigns. Jacob Fatu. Solo Sikoa. Maybe even a future collision with CM Punk if WWE gets really wild with crossover storytelling. And let's not forget one very important detail. Gunther doesn't feel like a guy who's finished climbing yet. That's the key. Sometimes champions peak and settle into a comfortable role. Gunther still feels hungry. Still evolving. Still carrying that "I'm coming for more" energy every time he appears on screen. Which makes the SmackDown rumors even more believable. Because what's the next step after dominating Raw? Conquering somewhere else. That sounds exactly like a Gunther storyline. A man so dominant on one brand that he decides the next kingdom needs to fall too. And honestly, that fits his character perfectly. No theatrics. No emotional speeches. No desperate need for approval. Just destruction. Discipline. Championships. Repeat.
Like some terrifying wrestling algorithm. And fans are divided right now.
Completely divided. Some people think